So, is this a negotiation? Or did I do something for you, you return the favor? Like maybe walk away and pretend you never saw me?
I can't do that.
No, somehow I knew you'd say that.
No, I have to turn you in. But I'd like to hear what really happened that night. From you. Not with Carly's spin or Dante's conflict clouding things. Straightforward from your perspective.
When you look back with perspective, it all ties together. Michael had been struggling since he came out of the coma. It was neurological damage. He had impulse control issues. I mean, he was an emotional, volatile kid. And that night set him off. I gotta admit, it was shocking when Sonny went off on Claudia the way he did. No one expected it. Everything seemed normal. 1 minute, everything was fine, and then the next, chaos. Claudia had Michael's pregnant mother at gunpoint. She was going into labor. She hauls her out of there, steals a car, goes God knows where. I mean, Michael wasn't the only one flipping out.
Jax brought me home. My dad showed up, wanted me to stay with him, and they got into this raging fight. And I stood there thinking, if I just come forward sooner and say it was Claudia who got me shot, none of it would be happening. So, my head felt like it was going to explode. And that's why I decided to take off. I didn't know or care where I end up. I mean, Canada seemed as good as a destination as any, so I got in my car and I headed for the border.
Michael's driving along. He sees the car Claudia stole from the Metro Court. He knows it's hers because it's got the valet ticket. But there's no sign of Carly and Claudia.
So I yelled out for my mom. I was already afraid of what I might find. My mom had a risky pregnancy, and we tiptoed around her for months because any stress caused a stroke. So, and after everything that just happened, I felt scared for her.
Michael followed a track through the woods to a cabin. At first, he was relieved. Carly and Claudia had found shelter.
I made my way up to the door, and I heard my mom screaming.
Does it get hazy from there?
I wish. I remember every second.
I mean, can you imagine what's going through this kid's head? There's his mother on the couch. She'd just given birth, and this mad woman who'd kidnapped her at gunpoint is about to take off with the baby.
So there wasn't much time to think. I just knew I couldn't let Claudia leave that cabin with my baby sister. So I grabbed the axe and I ran inside and I hit her as hard as I possibly could. And then she just crumpled. So still. Blood making a pool under her head.
Michael dropped to his knees beside Claudia. That's where he got her blood on his shirt.
And she was dead. I didn't mean to kill Claudia, okay? All I wanted to do was stop her.
I still can't believe Mom sent the cops and Michael. I mean, now he has to hide out in his own hometown.
Hey, Christina, I hope you're not going to feel guilty about that, too.
Michael wouldn't be here if I wasn't such a mess.
What? No, Michael wouldn't want you blaming yourself, Christina. He loves you. Nothing could have kept him from checking on you because, well, love gives people shining purpose. On the other hand, guilt takes a pound of flesh from everyone.
What moldy old book did you get that from?
Hey, where's Michael? I know he was here. You need to tell me where he went.
Maybe he doesn't want to be found.
Okay, you know what? I need to get Michael out of the country now.
Well, Michael doesn't want to go, and why shouldn't he be able to make his own choices?
Because his choice was taken away. Dante already gave him up.
What do you mean?
He walked into court, and Dante announced it to everybody that Michael killed Claudia.
Michael says he didn't mean to kill Claudia. I believe him. If there had been a proper investigation, law enforcement would have believed him too. But see, Michael's parents and his Uncle Jason don't trust the system. Their brilliant idea was to engineer a cover-up. That's what they do, lie and conceal and cover up, so they don't have to face the consequences of their actions. Eventually, it looked like Sonny was guilty, so they ran with that and told Michael to keep his mouth shut. Only Michael has a conscience. He's not versed in the many ways that the grown-ups in his life evade prosecution. He was compelled to confess. He actually came forward, but Commissioner Scorpio didn't believe him. But he held onto that shirt, the one definitive thing that places him at the scene with blood on his hands. And it speaks volumes for the internal struggle that's a normal day for that kid. Yeah, you know, my brother is messed up. How could he not be with these conscienceless people in charge of him?
All right, now you are sermonizing.
Your Honor, may I please speak?
Briefly, to me.
I would simply caution, Your Honor, this is about a conflicted cop with conflicted loyalties conspiring with a brain-damaged kid to try to save their dad from going to prison by offering up a more sympathetic killer.
I appreciate you looking out for me, Counselor, but I won't be basing my decision on this matter on anybody's word. I need to talk to the boy himself. To that end, I'm issuing a warrant for the arrest of Michael Corinthos III for the murder of Claudia Zaccara Corinthos.